Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Paul Andrews, and it will be my privilege and pleasure to be your Master of Ceremonies for the 2016 Wayne State University Athletic Hall of Fame ceremony. I welcome each of you to the 41st Annual Athletic Hall of Fame celebration. Today's event is a wonderful opportunity to showcase the very best of Wayne State athletics, and it gives us great pleasure to have all of you here in this delightful occasion with us. You should know that the Department of Athletics is moving toward the 100th anniversary. The information at your seat will direct you to the department website where you can review significant moments in Wayne State athletic history and share your own memories. We encourage you to engage in the process as we move toward celebrating our centennial.
Well, thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. It's always great to be here. Now, unfortunately, Jacqueline and I will have to leave early. We've got a flight to Los Angeles in a couple of hours. So there's something called the Capital Campaign you might have heard about that we're in the middle of. So got to go out and raise some money. But it's really great to be here for a little while, and we'll probably be able to stay through lunch. So, and then Gary Pollard should be here, and we'll be, he's the chair of the board, so he'll take over my duties. We're here to celebrate our newest inductees to the Athletics Hall of Fame, and just want to let you know you make us all very, very proud. Through your many athletic accomplishments and your academic excellence, you embody the university's official motto, aim higher. Where there were expectations, you exceeded them. Where there were records, you broke them. You showed the people around you and us here today that anything is possible if you apply yourself wholly and passionately. The lessons you learned in the classrooms undoubtedly helped your career, but the lessons from competition, how to strive for excellence and support your teammates, how to win magnanimously and lose graciously, how to give everything you've got when everything is on the line. Those lessons will serve you a lifetime. All of these 6 inductees are in their first year of eligibility for the Hall of Fame since they completed their college career in the spring of 2010. You could say that we've just been waiting for them for this moment. In the 2016 Hall of Fame class, we have professional players. We have a professional coach. Some of you are currently pursuing advanced degrees or have already obtained one. In short, we have nothing but the best, and I am so impressed by all of you. You are in good company in Wayne State's Athletic Hall of Fame. Today, you are joining a very distinguished and growing class of Wayne State players and coaches whose accomplishments are so exceptional, we want them to be remembered for many years to come. The Hall of Fame, Class of 2016 inductees, will bring the membership total to more than 230. Members include Olympians, conference, regional, and national champions, former professional athletes, coaches, administrators, and individuals who have demonstrated a major personal interest in Wayne State's athletic programs. Each of you excelled, not only on the field, but in the classroom, in the community as well. You led by example, and our current student athletes are working hard to follow in your footsteps. In the fall semester, they averaged a cumulative GPA of 3.15. That includes 21 student athletes with a perfect 4.0 term GPA. I tell my cabinet all the time that we should recruit all student athletes for the student body at Wayne State with those kind of statistics. And they set a school record last year with more than 10,000 community service hours. To the new inductees, you've been out of school for at least a few years, and you've had a chance to test the value of your Wayne degree. Now, judging from the feedback we get from employers, They tell us that Wayne State graduates are better prepared for the world than many of their peers from other unnamed schools. But I would say this is doubly true of our student athletes, because the same discipline and commitment you applied in your athletic endeavors will put you on a path to success in all walks of life. We hope that you'll share your Wayne State stories with your friends, families, and colleagues. You are the university's best ambassadors. When others look at your success, they see very plainly the value of a Wayne State experience. So thank you all for giving Wayne State your very, very best efforts. You are truly an inspiration. Thank you very, very much.
Hello, my name is Gary Pollard, and I understand President Wilson was here with us earlier, so I missed him. I understand he's taking a flight out to California to raise some money. As chair of the board, I will say amen. I want you to know, since the president is here and I can't embarrass him, I feel that education and athletics go hand in hand like hand in glove. So we're here today to celebrate our athletic program and certain athletes. But I want you to know, from an old track guy and football guy, I never made it this far. And the athletes didn't make it themselves. They're here today because they had support from family, faculty, staff, and community folks, parents and grandparents. So I want to let you know that it is my honor today to come before you and speak for a minute. I understand we have 6 former student athletes and their families who are with us, and I say thank you and congratulations to all of you who support them. Give yourselves a round of applause, please. To all of you, thank you for choosing Wayne State for your educational and athletic endeavors. While the origins of your recognition today are based upon the success on the field, in the pool, on the court, your academic pursuits are also applauded and laudable.
Thanks, Gary. Appreciate you coming in here, and certainly Governor Pollard's a big supporter of the athletic department. Many times he'll just show up in the athletic department on a weekend. You'll be in there and you'll knock on the door, and you know, he'll have a friend or somebody that he wants to show around, and certainly appreciate his support. I know his wife, Pearl Ann, is usually around at all the games, and she'll come up to me, and this was back when they were doing the search for the president, and she said, "Rob, we found the perfect guy for you." I wanted to remind her that I was already married, but I said, "Oh, the perfect guy." She goes, "This president is great." She says, he was a student athlete, and certainly the president's support and what Governor Pollard has done has certainly elevated the athletic department. I see all the bright lights, and I just wonder where all the people are going sometimes. I mean, literally hundreds and hundreds of cars with people, all seemingly going in some direction for some purpose, always going to some other different place. You know, at Wayne State, we're kind of at the crossroads of all these freeways, and literally thousands and thousands of people pass by our campus every day. But some stop by. And those that stop by, their life is changed forever. You can look at just the class of 2016, but also the people that are assembled in this group. Their life has been changed by Wayne State. You know, when I was looking at the class of 2016, there were some unique traits about it that stuck out. First of all, the geography of them. 3 of them come from different continents. There's 5 different countries represented. They've all literally traveled thousands and thousands of miles to be here. None of them are from the city, but all of them are part of Detroit. There's some other characteristics beyond the nuance of geography, and they relate around the number 5. 2 of them wore the number 5. One won 5 individual national titles. 2 of them won 5 conference titles their senior year. And one is only one of 5 student athletes in the long history of fencing to be a multiple national champion in an individual weapon. You know, the other interesting thing is this is the only class in the 41 that we've ever inducted that all played in the same period of time. And you can see the impact on the athletic department by the fact that of the 5 best seasons ever in the history of that NACDA Cup that Paul just talked about, 4 of them came in the years that they played. Do you know there's people that study numbers? I'm not talking about CFOs and accountants. There's actually people that study numbers and tell you characteristics of them. And the number 5 is kind of significant. It stands for dynamic action. It stands for movement. It's an equal blend of female and male characteristics. The number 4, by contrast, is static and inflexible. I've met some 4s. I like the 5s better. I'm going to illustrate to you today how this group of 6 represented that number 5, how they added a dynamic appeal to the department. It not only changed athletics, but it changed their life too. In a few years, the university is going to celebrate 150 years, and the athletic department is going to turn 100. In that period of time, there has been a number of student athletes who have found Wayne State as a destination point and a starting point. And along that way, they have been impacted by their experiences here, not just academically, but what they've learned athletically. You know, the road for this Hall of Fame class has been somewhat torturous, but they've found home here at Wayne State. Back in 1804, Judge Woodward laid out the city of Detroit, how the streets would work. He modeled his idea after Washington, a hub or a center with the streets like spokes coming out from it. In fact, if you go down to Campus Marshes today, to the Woodward Fountain, you'll see a little description embedded in the rock marking that spot. And you'll never guess how many roads he designed leading out of the city. 5. Gratiot, Jefferson, Grand River, Michigan, and Woodward. 5. 5 leading out, which took great ideas and accomplishments and things that Detroit brought to the world, but also coming back that brought those same opportunities for people that were looking for them. You know, the Hall of Fame class has a lot of highway still in front of them, but they're going to benefit by the fact that they got their start at Wayne State. And also, now they're always welcome back because, well, this too is home. The only difference is this home is a little bit more enlarged today. Today it includes them in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations. When Ashley St.Andrew competed in the 2010 National Championship, she was a first-team All-American and won 3 titles in the 500 freestyle, in the 1,000 freestyle, and in the 1650 freestyle. In fact, she scored so many points that she would have been, at that particular championship, the 15th best school in the country by herself. She scored 76 points. There were 22 institutions behind her. If you look at it this way, St. Andrew College would have been the 15th best school to compete in the national championships that year. But Ashley now has her doctorate, so I think it would be more appropriate to say St. Andrew University. The most amazing statistic in that championship, she wasn't voted the swimmer of the meet. Now, if you ask me, somebody should have been expelled over that one. Just like the other people that you've heard today, she was a worker. She stayed at it. She had a determination that was matched only by these other recipients today. In her junior year, she didn't fare as well as she thought she should have. But the reason was partly because she was injured, but more so because they had come out with a new swimsuit, which was really controversial in its use. Wayne State didn't use it, but her opponents did. And Ashley's performance that year was a little bit behind them. But the NCAA realized that the suit was such an unfair advantage that they banned it, like steroids. The next year, when the suits and everything were equal, well, the opposition wasn't equal to the task. She won 3 national championships in the 500, the 1,000, and the 1650. She was a 16-time GLIAC champion. But the most important part of that was all of those performances came as a result of just her hard work. She practiced with the men. She's the first woman in the history of WSU swimming and diving to be an individual national champion. She had 14 GLIAC titles, 10 in individual races in 4 different events. It's funny, I was joking with Ashley before the event today, and the last time I was in this building with her was at the academic recognition luncheon her senior year. And at that recognition event, I talked about some of her swimming accomplishments and what she had done. She wanted to get into the College of Pharmacy in the worst way, but that might be as hard as to get into this Hall of Fame. Well, despite her best efforts, they had not accepted her yet. And with all the deans of the schools and the president and stuff here, I asked out loud, somebody with that kind of determination, somebody with that kind of persistence, how come somebody with that kind of work effort couldn't get into the College of Pharmacy? I said, after all, every pill I've ever taken has been water soluble. A couple people go. Afterwards, the dean came up to me from pharmacy and he said, Rob, we're going to get her in. Today, we get her into the Hall of Fame. Ashley, Mom and Dad, please stand up.
It gives me great pleasure to present Miss Ashley St. Andrew for induction into the Wayne State University Athletic Hall of Fame.
I just wanted to start off by saying how honored I am to be standing here today. I still can't believe that I'm being inducted, and to be in such a talented group of athletes just really does make it that much more special, so thank you. It's pretty bittersweet being back here. It reminds me of all the great times I had, but also reminds me those times are behind me, but I will always remember them as some of the best of my life. I actually came to on my recruiting trip on a whim. I was pretty much set on going to another school, but when I got here, I just saw something that I had to be a part of. I had to be a part of the team. I had to have Coach Sean as my coach. I wanted to experience the city, and I wanted to experience the school. A little while after my trip, I signed with Wayne State, and after my first week there, I knew that I had made the right choice. This school has made me reach goals that I never thought were possible. Not only goals in the pool, but also academically, and even grow as an individual. I owe so much to this school, and there are no words to explain my gratitude. I want to thank Rob and the whole athletic department for all your hard work and to make the athletic department what it is today. You all have been so supportive of me, and thank you for giving me this honor. I want to thank my parents for being my biggest supporters. They were literally at every swim meet, no matter how far they had to go. And as Elena said, they brought a new spirit to all the swim parents, and I know the program appreciates it, so thank you. They also instilled in me the belief that I could do anything with hard work, and it was this mindset that made me go as far as I did. I also want to thank my sisters for being such great supporters. They surprised me at my last collegiate meet, and I will just never forget that day. I was so happy. They also were great role models for me as a child, and thank you so much for that. I also want to thank the rest of my family, my uncles, my grandparents, just everyone. Everyone's so supportive of me and just always so proud, and it really means the world to me. Of course, I have to thank my coaches. Sean, you are an amazing coach, but not just in the pool, but as a person. You always were somebody that I can turn to, and it really makes you how special that you are. Bryce, it was your continued phone calls that made me feel like I had to even go on my recruiting trip. So thank you for not giving up on me. And thank you for always believing in me and giving me those words of encouragement that I needed at some points. Kelly, thanks for always having the biggest smile on your face when I accomplished anything and giving me the best hug. And also for calming me a little bit today. AJ and Christian, you both, they're not here today, but I have to thank them. They wrote the workouts that I know I wasn't always happy about or believed that I could do, but they really were the key to my success. So thank you for always believing in me, believing that I could do them, and giving me the encouragement to do so. I also want to thank the team. The sense of team that Wayne State had was really what kept me going every day. I had some of the best times of my life with the team, and I miss it every day. I want to give a huge shout out to Elena, who counted for me at every meet. For those of you that don't know, in distance events, we had to have a counter at the end at every race. It's not always the most fun or exciting thing to do, but Elena was always there for me to do it. And thanks also for sharing all those terrible practices and being sore together. I'll never forget our freshman year after our first dryland practice, how sore we were. We actually had to help each other out of our beds. So thank you so much for everything. Okay. I'm sorry, I lost my spot. I want to also give thanks to everyone who came out to celebrate this day with me today. My family, Dan, my boyfriend, just everyone that's here today. It's such a great event and so great that there's so many people here to celebrate it with us. I want to end today with dedicating this honor to my grandpa. He was never the biggest fan of going to swim meets, but he was often there to support me. Sorry, I love you, Papa, and I miss you. That's all, thank you.